Hello, it's Family Driver. Welcome to another video and welcome to my slightly refreshed interior of my M2. So as you probably seen in my last two videos, I started a series of videos showing some improvements I'm making to this M2's interior. So I started with M-Performance gear stick, which I absolutely love. It's the Alcantara and dry carbon one, which suits this perfectly. I obviously had to change the boot to keep the blue stitching, but it all went quite smoothly and it's perfect. Then I've changed my steering wheel to the Alcantara M-Performance flat bottom steering, and so far I'm loving it. I only had one drive in the car since I fitted it, but so far I'm really enjoying it. And now it's time for, at least for now, a last part of this short series of interior upgrade videos. That's because today the last piece of this puzzle has arrived, and this last piece is this carbon and Alcantara M-Performance handbrake. So this will basically match my gear stick, and it will also match my steering wheel once I find a dry carbon insert in a reasonable price for this wheel. But yes, I think it looks absolutely spot on. However, again, what I'm going to have to do is to transfer the M-Performance Alcantara cover, because it has this white stitching, which basically doesn't match anything in my car. So I will be keeping my existing Alcantara cover with blue stitching, so I will have to disassemble it and do a swap. So in order to swap the Alcantara covers, what I will have to do is basically first unclip my existing one, which shouldn't be too difficult. So as you can see, the way the BMW holds the handbrake to the cover, it's simply by a cable tie. So you have to cut existing cable tie to release the handbrake from the cover, swap it, and then basically use a brand new cable tie to tie it around it, and that's job done. So let's crack on with it. So first I'm going to try to remove the existing one. Okay, right, I think we're there. Yes. So it was actually easier to pry it here at this end, just here, pry it up, and then it releases it at the other end. So yeah, that's probably the best way. So the next bit is to take this part off. I'm not sure really how to do it. I haven't watched any videos on how to do it. I would guess you have to just pull it. Right, okay. Can I pull it? Yes. Right, as you can see, this just came out. So as you can see, the old Alcantara cover is held by a cable tie as well, exactly like the M-Performance one. So basically you have to cut both, and then I can transfer them over and reinstall. So that should be pretty easy. Right, so I've got two tools. I've got scissors and I've got this garden cutter, garden scissors. I don't want to damage anything, so I'm going to be as delicate as possible. Yep. So one's done. So that's the old one. Now I'm going to do the same to an M-Performance one. Okay. almost there. I cut through about 2/3 of it. Yep, done. That was pretty easy. So now I'm able to remove the old one. So let's start with the old one. Is this glued as well? No, it's not. As you can see, this is just coming off. So just gonna pull it. That's it. So the leather one is gone. Now I'm going to take out the carbon one. Again, doing the same thing. That came out. Okay. So now we put this carbon one into my existing one. The same way the old one was mounted. So I think that's just about right. That looks right. Now I'm going to use cable tie. And I've got plenty of them to choose from. So I'm going to pick the cable tie which is similar to the one I took off, which I think is this one. Looks almost, if not exactly the same. So I'll take two, well actually one, because I want to be assembling the other one. So I've got a cable tie. I'm going to wrap it around. I'm going to keep this at the front because that's how it was fitted. So guys, I actually ran into a small problem. When I put it all back together, I had a very small gap at the end of the handbrake, between handbrake and the Alcantara. So I decided to take it out again, and basically what I've done is I used much wider cable tie. So basically in this place it pushes it more here, so there shouldn't be any gap between that carbon bit and Alcantara, let's hope. So now I just have to push it back in place again, exactly the same way as I did it before. So again, start from the top. Right, the top sits in. I can do that side. Okay, sits in nicely. Now let's pull the Alcantara back. Now this is much better. So basically what happened before is there was a gap between this carbon bit and that Alcantara. There was maybe a 1 millimeter gap, but it was just annoying me. I could not live with anything like that, so I had to fix it. That wider cable tie basically worked perfectly. There's no gaps or anything. Also, a good tip, when you actually positioning that Alcantara, make sure that this stripe or this stitching is actually on this corner, because before I put it somewhere in the middle here, and basically what happened is when the handbrake goes down, there was a tension here. You see there is now quite a lot of excess here. You know, it's not super tight. Before it was just very tight here, so it wasn't right. So I had to twist it to this corner. So I think it looks now as it should. So it runs from this corner to this corner. Yeah, it looks perfect, guys. I'm so happy. As you can see, that carbon Alcantara works with this carbon and Alcantara, and obviously with this beautiful bit, and then obviously with my new and performance steering wheel. The only thing I'm really missing is that carbon bit here, but once I find it in the right price, it's going to happen, that's for sure. So I hope you enjoyed this mini series of the interior upgrades to my M2. Thank you very much for watching again. Please make sure you give it a like and you subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I see you in the next video very shortly. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Do widzenia.